as far as I'm concerned, when you're talking about Mia Hamm, she's soccer royalty, and when she calls and asks you to do something, you do it. I've done this for the past 2 years. It's a great cause. Her and Nomar obviously have done so much on their respective fields, but the fact is they do so much off the field that a lot of people don't know about. So this is a great opportunity to come out, play some soccer, and raise some awareness.
Are you still kicking the ball around?
Oh man, I wish I was. I'm an old man. My body hurts every single morning, and it's hard to get all jacked up the way I used to be. But I still love the game, and as was evident today, every once in a while it still goes where I want it to go.
Yeah. So, since we're a music site and we know that you're a musician, so what's going on with you musically? You still playing, still recording?
Yeah, I still play and record and perform. I got a studio in my house, and obviously nowadays the ability to record and the ability to distribute your music is so much easier than it was back in the times where we were growing up with the 4 tracks and the 8 tracks and all that kind of stuff and cassettes all over the place. So yeah, I still do it, and it's out there. And anybody out there that wants to download it, you're not taking any money away from me. Find it, download it till your heart's content. As long as people have the tunes, that's all I care about.
What are you listening to? What's in Lalas' iPod these days?
Let's see. I'm a huge Butch Walker fan, not only as a producer but as a musician. I think he's just brilliant. Everything from back in the South Gang days to Marvelous 3 and then on to his solo career. And he's obviously an incredible talent that other artists recognize and use as a producer. I think he's great. More mainstream type of stuff. I cannot hear a Nickelback song without saying this is a great song.
Right.
I mean, obviously they got Mutt Lange, working the knobs and stuff like that, which is great, but they're just making what we would call an 80s type of vibe for the 2000s, and it's all just great hooks and great melodic rock, which is what I love.
You think it's more difficult to be a professional athlete or to be an actual artist that can make a living off their music?
It's hard, man. I mean, music, if you do it right, you got a whole lot more longevity, but the percentages of people that actually can make a living out of music or make a living as a professional athlete are so minuscule, and you're just so blessed and lucky to be able to do that. As far as which one's harder, you know what? I think that regardless if it's sports or music, it has to be a passion, and I still do music and have done every single day of my life, regardless if anybody's going to listen to it or anybody's going to pay me any money.
So, since Rockerazzi, we're huge Galaxy supporters, and we're fans of the MLS, as I am. Just got to ask you a question about Beckham, since I got you here. What was your perception of how he did or maybe did not raise enough awareness for U.S. soccer? What's your take on that? Because I know you got the guys at Fox Soccer, which I watch a lot, and I saw they hound him and they crushed him, and he didn't do a lot of press. What do you think about that?
Look, what David Beckham brings, not just to the Galaxy brand, but to Major League Soccer and to soccer in general, is an incredible amount of interest, curiosity, and it's all been good. I mean, there have certainly been challenges and there's certainly been problems on the field, but the reality is that the perception of soccer has been raised with his arrival. And, David Beckham's going to come and go, but his impact, I think, will be felt for many, many years. So in the bigger picture, I don't regret it for a second, having David Beckham be part of the Galaxy and having him be part of MLS. It was a smart thing to do from an economic standpoint and from a brand building standpoint. But the most important thing is obviously the play on the field. And right now the Galaxy needs to do better, not just for the Galaxy, but for the league and for soccer. And I believe that they will. Remains to be seen what's going to happen with him. He's playing well at AC Milan.
Is he going to come back, do you think? Because they want him. They want him to stay.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard. How are you going to keep him down once they've seen AC Milan?
One last question. So you've seen almost everything. You played in World Cups. Had you seen anything like what he brought to LA with the fan pandemonium, with him and Victoria? Had you seen anything like that before?
It's so hard to explain to people the intensity that is his world, and I don't claim to even understand it at this point. I mean, it's a very, very different world that he and his family live in. He's done a very good job in insulating himself and his family so that he can function in that world. But to go on the road with him and to go to different places, to see the reaction of the fans, it's just, it's incredible. Even in this town, that's built on celebrity, to see how people react to him, it's pretty incredible, and he handles it so well. So I got a lot of respect for him on and off the field.
Awesome. Can you give a quick shout out to rockerazzi.com? This is Alexi Lalas, and you're watching Rockerazzi.
Yeah, I just want to say one last thing before we were talking music earlier.
Right.
If you check out MySpace, I got a bunch of songs that you can download there. So myspace.com/Alexi Lalas, and you can check that out. And like I said, if there's anything out there that you can download
Our fans
legally or illegally, take it all.
So Alexi Lalas wants you to rip his music for free. You heard that, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, rip away. You know? Hey, this is Alexi Lalas, and you're watching rockerazzi.com.
Thanks so much, Alexi.
So